Hello, this is my screen capture for Spreadsheet Data Analytics for CA1. Just going to get straight into it. So the first few questions asked me to go into SQL and display and create a table and then display the data on the table. I'm going to do that for you now. Find where I left my thing. There we go. If I put that into SQL, it should come up. This is what I did for my first table. I have 3 fields in it: county, year, and population. Then these 2 are primary keys. Well, it's the one primary key, just those 2 fields together make up the primary key because of just the nature of the information that was in the table. And after that, I was asked to graph the population for Ireland in each census year, and which is this one here, I believe. And this is going from 1841 to 2016. And you can see here, it starts up and then it starts dropping, and then it goes down and around at the end of the 70s and at the start of the 80s, it starts going up a bit, and then around the end of the 90s it shoots up to where we are today. And there's a few reasons for this. The main one would be the Irish famine and other historical things. The Irish famine, everyone emigrating off to different countries in the world, and it's just kind of the Irish culture to just emigrate everywhere. But after the famine, you see, we dropped. The population of the country went down quite a bit. So after that, I was asked to do this bit here at the top, where I found the minimum population, the maximum population, and the average Irish population. And then I was asked to find the population of Dublin and since 1961. And that's what I've done here. You see, it's gone up fairly since 1961, fairly steadily, and then the Irish population in the rest of the country has been very much the same. So we'll move on to my next question, question 2. It's asked we have to put data from the question sheet into a new table. So I'll go down that one there. No, it's up here actually, sorry. It's this one here called counties. If I go down to describe counties, which is here, you can see what I've done with how I've input thing. County Farcar 11, province Farcar 10, not null on all of them. I didn't do a primary key for this table because the counties are all like the information I received, the county field, all of the information in that is already different from each other, so it would work as a. So in this instance, it doesn't mean it need a primary key. I know we usually put one in, but here I could get away with not having one in. And here then that last two I've an integer and unsigned integer, and then a small int that's also unsigned for the square kilometers. And this one was asked to make a few graphs. The first one I wasn't sure. It was asked me to write a query that shows the average population of each province across the years, and then list the provinces in alphabetical order. But I wasn't quite sure how to do that question. I wasn't sure what it was asking me, so I skipped on to G, which was using the area of each county and population information of each county. Write a query that shows density of population, country, So I was basically showing the difference between 1841 and 2016 and how and the different population densities of each county. I've done it here in a graph. And you see 1841, Dublin here was fairly much the densest county by far, and the rest of them are Louth and Monaghan are nearly the same. They're fairly similar, and the rest of the country is kind of the same-ish. And then there's a few low, few ones aren't. But it's generally fairly not even, but it makes sense when you know the areas. But then you go to 2016, you see it shot up with Dublin, and that's got a lot more dense, and the rest of the counties aren't, compared to Dublin, aren't as populated, or at least they aren't as dense, as nearly as dense as Dublin. And this can be attributed to just planning, I assume. Would be the way, because in the country, Dublin's always been fairly the first focus. So everything it's where all the opportunities are, or where most of them are. And it's kind of like the hub of the country. And you see Louth and Kildare are the next two most populated. Louth especially because it's two of the largest towns in the country. So it's not surprising the county itself is the smallest in the country as well. So this isn't a surprise. So you can see that in 2016 compared to 1841, that Dublin's just absolutely shot up. It's just grown massively, or it's just so packed compared to the other counties. And then my last graph was asked me to explore whether the grant allocation has been fair based on the population of each county. And so I've done this here. So this is a pie chart showing the different grant allocations depending on the county. You see the big green one here is, of course, Dublin. And if you go down to, and you might be saying, why has it been given so much money? And this table here, you can see why, because most of the country is there fairly much. So that's where most of the money obviously is going to go. And second biggest is Cork, which is this one here, and which gets 10% of the grant allocations. And looking at the population, yeah, makes sense, really, kind of. And then all the counties here that don't get as much would be smaller counties, or they wouldn't be as dense in comparison to Dublin, we'll say. And I'd say it's pretty fair. Like I used 2011 here because this data here, the grant allocation is between 2000 and 2015. So this is population 2011. I based it off just because I was in that range. I think that's